The silent path. They say the town of Carnero is no longer on any map. It once was, centuries ago, before the trails that led there vanished into overgrowth and silence. Now it's an 18-hour hike through thick pine and mountain, and most who try to reach it never do. I wasn't most people. I needed to disappear, to get off the grid. So when I heard whispers of a secluded village, untouched by time, I packed my gear, turned off my phone, and started walking. At first it felt like freedom, but freedom, I've learned, can wear many faces. Some of them monstrous. The hike was grueling. 12 hours in. My legs were jelly, my water, half gone. And I hadn't seen a single soul. Only trees, dense and tall, branches clawing at the sky, like fingers. Then came a smell. Rot. Not the kind you find on the roadside. This was deeper, older. It was coming from the trees themselves, as if something had died inside the forest, and the roots were feeding on it. I passed a cluster of mutilated goats, clean decapitations, blood pooled. Yet no predators lingered. It was clinical, intentional. My stomach twisted, but I pushed on. I'd already come too far to turn back. Carnero appeared without warning, like it had waited for me to arrive. The houses were old stone, Spanish colonial. The streets were covered in moss and dirt, as if no cars had passed for decades. There were no signs, no sounds, no movement. But I felt watched. As I walked through the empty street, I noticed windows shutting quickly, footsteps scuttling behind doors, faces hiding. Then someone approached me. A woman, maybe in her 40s, long gray hair, blank eyes. She said nothing. Just handed me a cooked rabbit leg on a ceramic plate. I hadn't eaten since morning. I thanked her. She didn't smile, just nodded and whispered,
"Eat only once the bells ring."
I was about to ask what she meant, but she vanished into her home and slammed the door. At sundown, the bells rang from the chapel tower. They were dull, cracked. The sound barely echoed through the hills. That's when they came out. The townspeople, dozens of them, all quiet, all dressed the same. Plain beige clothing, no shoes, no expression. They gathered in the square, forming a perfect circle around an old stone well. I watched from a distance, hidden behind a pillar. Then they began to hum, a low throat-rattling drone. No words, just a frequency that shook me to the core. Then they lowered a pig into the well. Squeals, then silence. And from the forest behind the town, I saw it, massive, bent, its limb wrong, not crawling, not walking, just moving, like it slipped through space rather than stepped through it. I ran straight into the woods, away from the people, away from that thing. But it followed and caught me. When I woke up, I was in a cave. Torches lit the walls. My head ached, my ankle was bound, and he sat across from me. The monster. Except it wasn't a monster. It was a man. A thin, filthy man with sunken cheeks and yellow eyes that had seen too much. He smiled, not with kindness, but with regret.
"You saw them,"
He said. I nodded.
"They're not human anymore. They gave up their souls long ago. Now they feed something older, something hollow."
I asked what the creature was. He chuckled.
"There's no creature, just fear, just hunger. They make you see what they want. You think I'm the beast? No, friend. I'm just the last sane man left here.
He leaned in closer.
They'll offer you a choice tonight. Join the town or leave, but remember, no one leaves. Not really. They let you go so the story spreads, so more come, more to feed the hunger.
I asked why he hadn't stopped them.
I tried long ago. I failed. Now I warn whoever makes it this far. Few do.
He untied my ankle and pointed toward a hidden path behind the rocks.
You have until dawn.
I returned to the edge of Carnero under moonlight. The townspeople were waiting. The woman with the gray hair approached again. No plate this time, just a quiet stare.
You understand now? You've seen what we are.
A fire burned in the square. They left space for me beside it.
You may stay. Become part of something eternal. Or go back. But remember, no one will believe you. And they'll keep coming.
The flames danced. Their eyes glowed. Not with evil, but with purpose. I stood there, frozen. The forest behind me, the fire in front. If I stayed, I'd never fear again. If I left, I'd never sleep again. And I wondered, what if they were right? What if the world needs monsters to believe in? So it never sees the truth? So now I ask you, what would you choose? The comfort of darkness, or the loneliness of truth? Because some towns don't vanish on their own. They are hidden by those who stay, and those who bring others back. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and like the video.